Network administrators often design their IPv4-only networks to be completely locked down, but modern operating systems ship with IPv6 enabled by default. Because of this default state, an attacker can use hidden IPv6 transition technologies to slip right past standard IPv4 security controls without triggering a single alert. To shut this down, we are going to build a comprehensive firewall policy that explicitly blocks both native and tunneled IPv6 traffic from entering or leaving the network. You will need administrative access to your perimeter firewall or edge router to configure these rules. By addressing these specific protocols, you reclaim control over the network boundary and close a massive, default open security loophole. Step 1 is mitigating the base layer, native IPv6 traffic. We do this at the Layer 2 or Layer 3 boundary. Look at this firewall interface. You need to configure your network equipment to drop any Ethernet frames containing the protocol type field 0x86DD. This immediately stops pure IPv6 packets from traversing the boundary. Be careful with heavy-handed Layer 2 filtering across your entire infrastructure. Blocking all native IPv6 internally can break local device discovery protocols, like MDNS, which rely on link local addressing. To protect those internal operations, restrict this specific native drop rule strictly to your external network perimeter. Step 2 moves us up the network stack to address encapsulated IPv6 in IPv4 tunnels. The key identifier here is Protocol 41. This diagram outlines our filter protocol. Create an IPv4 rule dropping packets where the protocol field is exactly 41. It acts as a net, instantly killing 5 major transition protocols: 6 and 4, 6 over 4, 6RD, 6 to 4, and ISOTAP. Targeting the underlying encapsulation protocol is far more effective than trying to block individual IP addresses. It neutralizes the vast majority of automated tunneling threats with one stroke. Our Protocol 41 rule handles the bulk of the traffic, but advanced tunneling tools are specifically designed to evade basic NAT and those broad drop rules. The primary offender in this scenario is Teredo. It poses a specific risk because it comes built into Windows operating systems by default, waiting to be activated. Back to our checklist. To prevent Teredo initialization, filter outbound traffic on UDP port 3544. To stop the tunnel broker protocol, block TCP and UDP on port 3653. Finally, for AWIA tunnels, block TCP and UDP on port 5072. The catch-all rules cast a wide net, and these granular port blocks seal the remaining evasive gaps in your perimeter defense. Now we have to address a hidden operational side effect of our firewall rules. When dual-stack hosts attempt to reach remote nodes via IPv6 and their packets are silently dropped, they get stuck in what's known as happy eyeballs timeout loops. To the user, this looks like severe application lag. We have 2 mitigation strategies for this, starting with the local DNS server. Configure your local DNS to either silently ignore AAA queries or explicitly respond with a DNS no-error code. This forces the client to immediately utilize its IPv4 connection instead of waiting for a timeout. The second strategy happens at the firewall itself. You need to change the default behavior from a silent black hole drop to an active drop signal. Take a look at this split-screen logic flow. Instead of letting packets vanish into a black hole, configure the drop rule to return a TCP reset segment or an ICMPv6 error. This instantly terminates the connection attempt. True network security also requires maintaining system performance. Actively instructing internal infrastructure to fail over quickly preserves operational speed for your users. Step 3 is verification. By this point, your network is sealed against native IPv6, encapsulated IPv4 traffic, and advanced UDP and TCP tunneling. We verify this through a command line test from an internal client to an IPv6 test site or a known Teredo server. In this terminal comparison, you can see the expected result. The test yields a hard, immediate, destination unreachable rejection. The client instantly falls back to IPv4, confirming that our active signaling mitigation successfully eliminated any network lag. This aggressive filtering is a highly effective but temporary stopgap. The ultimate architectural goal for any modern network should be actively managing a native IPv6 deployment. Until then, you have to deliberately account for the protocols you don't use. Doing so strips control away from automated OS defaults and puts it firmly back where it belongs, in your hands.